Hi guys! In today's video I'm going to be making satisfying slime food, and this is one of my favourite videos I've ever made. There was so much preparation in this and I'm just so happy with how everything turned out. So I hope that you enjoy this video. And first up we have SUNDAE slime, which is by far the best one I did. This looks so realistic and I'm going to be showing you how I made it. So first up I made some cloud slimes and I coloured them different ways. I did make them super wet just so when they were like in the container like this they did look like ice cream, because the dry ones are a lot more dense and they don't pull as much. And I knew the wet look would make it look like it was melting when it was in the pot. So then I decided to add some chocolate sauce, which I just made out of a really glossy slime. I'll put the glossy slime tutorial in the description. And then I piled my little ice cream things on, and as you can see this is super cute. And then for whipped cream I decided to add shaving foam, and at first the nozzle wasn't on properly so I had to take that off and then reapply it. But it ended up looking super realistic. I actually got the whipped cream hack from an advertisement company. They were showing how they made things look like whipped cream and things, and apparently shaving foam doesn't melt down, so they always use this in food commercials, and it ended up looking super realistic. I just drizzled my sauces on after. Again, this is slime. They weren't sticky at all. They were just really thin bits, so they ended up falling like this. Another one I knew I wanted to try for this video was Starbucks slime, and this was again so easy to make. All I did was add a whole load of brown clear slime and then added some white sticky slime on top, and it made this avalanche effect. I left it for 2 days and it just sunk and looked so much like a latte, and it was so realistic. After this, I knew I wanted to try some slime baking to see how many ingredients I could get to look like the real thing. So for butter, I used butter slime. I used a really glossy base. This was kind of a mix of clear slime and also just a really sticky, glossy slime. And then I added some fake snow as brown sugar, and I thought this worked really well. It ended up a really nice texture. And then for the egg, I used clear slime on the bottom. It was slightly tinted yellow, so it kind of looked like an egg yolk. And then for the actual egg yolk, I used clear slime with a tiny bit of acrylic paint. paint, so it still had that massive glossy look and it didn't look like white slime, but it mixed in and looked just like an egg, and I was so happy with this. And I knew for the final step I just needed to add some flour, and corn flour is such an amazing thing in slime. It just thickens it up and changes the texture immensely. So I added this in and it really changed the texture. As you can see here, it looked like dough and it ended up looking like a cookie mixture. I wanted this to look like a cupcake mixture because I decided to make cupcakes at the end of this. This ramen slime was actually from a review, but because it's a food slime, I decided to add it in anyway. Last but not least, we have thick crust pizza, and I spent so long perfecting the crust. I honestly spent so long. I was using all of these different paints, all of these different paint mixtures, food dyes, everything, just testing out the best, and then I tried out loads of textures, because I thought in my mind the tomato sauce and the cheese would be really easy to add in, and the tomato sauce was okay. I think I should have added a bit more texture in, but the cheese, I was just mad at myself. It was 3 AM in the morning, I was just doing this really last minute, because every single slime that I did in this video took a whole day to prepare and then a whole day to film, just because I wanted to make it so perfect. And figuring out the crust for this one took so much longer than I expected, so I didn't have the time to figure out the cheese because I just thought it would be quite easy. And then when it wasn't, I just decided to add all of the toppings, and I didn't originally plan to have actual toppings on there, but then when I saw it went a bit wrong, I just decided to add some tomato sauce in the place of pepperoni, and like you can see, it does add a bit to it. It definitely looks better than just having that look weird yellow cheese. And then I tried to add some burnt bits and make it into a proper pizza and then mix it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, but before you go, I have two things to tell you about. The first one is I'm officially launching my vlog channel this Friday. I'm going to be having a slime room tour showing you my slime rooms. I have 2 of them and they're really cool, so I'll leave the link for my vlog channel in the description below so you can check that out on Friday. And the second thing is I'm going to a slime convention this week, so I'm probably going to be on a plane when I normally upload. Just wanted to give you an explanation to why I might not be uploading, but I promise you videos are already done. It's just in terms of whether I'm able to upload it and, you know, reply to comments, all of that stuff. But I hope to upload soon, and I hope that you have an amazing week.